Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to hashtag Decan Walk 2023. Um, we are entering, actually I'm late again. This is Aquarius 2, Decan 2. We are in now. And it kind of snuck up on me. It's been a long week. I've done a lot of stuff and it's only Wednesday. Where we at? There's Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Why do I keep moving it? Aquarius. It's a fixed sign, which means the season is smack dab in the middle of. It's smack dab in the middle of the season. It's not changing. It's going to be winter the whole time. In all three decans. That's what that means. And we just had Decan 1, and now we're in Decan 2, which is January 30th to February 8th on here. Right? Yeah. And the card that is associated with that is the Six of Swords, and that, I believe, is Mercury. We'll see. Or the Magician. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let me see. So in 36 Secrets by T. Susan Chang, which this is how much of the book we have left out of all of that. It is Lord of Science. The chapter is titled Celestial Navigation. And it is Mercury in Aquarius. And Aquarius, as we know from the last Decan, is the star in tarot. And Mercury is the magician in tarot. And then we have the Decan card itself, the Six of Swords. Because Aquarius is an air sign, regardless of all the mumbo jumbo that she talks about in the it's not mumbo jumbo. It's fine. This because I always thought it was a water sign also, and she does touch on that in the book about how a lot of people assume it's a water sign because of da 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 da. And I'm not getting into all that. You can read the book. But this is my deck I've been using all year for the Decan Walk, my RWS version, just because I think it's cool. This was like $8 on Amazon. It is indie quality cardstock. It came in a beautiful little pouch here that has multiple places you can, multiple spreads and a huge place to sit the cards. And then the cards are stunning, and they're edged in this metallic light lavender purple. And I like the different colors in this deck. It's very interesting. I love it. Love it to pieces. It was like $8 on Amazon. I think it's like 16 now, but still. It has the signs: Earth, Air, Fire, Water. The planet, that's Mercury. Yeah, that's Swords. And this is Swords. Air, and then air. Because these are all for this Decan. It also tells you on the side, second Decan of Aquarius, in case you didn't know. It gives you upright meanings and reverse meanings, and then also tells you if it's yes, no, or maybe. And so the Magician and the Six of Swords are maybe cards, and the Star is a yes card. So I think that's cool. I paid $8 for it. It was cool. So then I always pull out my Journey of the Sacred Bee, which is an indie. It is an indie deck. Because it is soft base and it's teal edged with the magnetic teal metallic bee on the back. Then we have the Six of Swords here, and it shows Aquarius and Mercury. We have the Star, which shows Aquarius here. And then we have the Magician that shows Mercury here. And I love it. And the Six of Swords in this deck has a keyword of earned success, which does not get touched on in the book in a direct way. It does. It's almost like she talks quite often about how the magician is like the ferryman, but I always see the ferryman as the card of death, which I find interesting that here it's the, we're seeing the Six of Swords like a ferryman, but it's more of to bring life, not to ferry a dead soul across to their next journey. Which I found very interesting because she kept saying magician, magician, ferryman, ferryman. I'm like, I've always thought of the ferryman as the death card because in a way he's ferrying souls over to wherever they're going. So I found that interesting. I did want to read a couple things in the book real quick. Says, the Six of Swords, an oasis in a suit commonly believed to be full of rancor, fear, grief, and conflict. Why do we think of swords this way? Because swords are the suit of the mind, and the mind creates suffering. And my jaw hit the floor. Because I've always related more to the suit of swords. And I'm realizing the deeper I go into my spiritual journey, the more I realize I've done a lot of unnecessary adding to my suffering. So I just found that very interesting. It says, have you noticed that in the Minor Swords cards, no one's eyes are open? See Blind Equilibrium, Two of Swords. With the possible exception of the 5, they're blindfolded, shut, covered, or not even visible. The mind misperceives things. But in the 6, someone is seeing clearly enough to navigate right for the destination. He follows a guiding star, one apparent to his perception, if not to ours. So he sees the end. We just can't see what end he's seeing. And I just found that fascinating because I have noticed before, and I've actually probably mentioned it before, how the Suit of Swords is. I've seen reference to the Suit of Swords before where you don't see anybody's eyes, ever. Like, it's weird. But, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the Suit of Swords is about the mind, not the soul or the eyes or the, physical. It makes sense that they don't need to show their eyes because it's not about seeing into their soul. It's about seeing what's in their mind, if that makes any sense. That just came out. And then it says, Aristotle's theory of the elements, water and air have something in common. Air is hot and moist, where water is cold and moist. Fire and earth, on the other hand, are both dry. Finally, we've already spoken of Aquarius as the air sign mistaken for a water sign. If you look closely at the tarot minors, you'll note that water motifs run consistently throughout the swords and cups, while barely surfacing at all in the wands and pentacles. And I was like, whoa, that blew my mind because it's true. Once you start thinking about it, you're like, wait, that's totally true. I don't have anything else I want to read in the book because I'm going to do the spread real quick too. So I'm just going to read the poem that comes after each chapter. It says, Applied Science by Neil Bowers. Because their left turns make a right, and the way down is the way up, the way in, the way out, but most of all because the beginning is the end. Where we are going looks remarkably like where we've been, ourselves growing small, headed out for the horizon, glooming large coming back, smug with solutions for such easy puzzles, devising a machine to settle everything, immense in our immense in our littleness, tinkering with the world. And I thought that was beautiful. I'm going to just highlight the next chapter. And then I want to show you my favorite of all time, Six of Swords. This is from the Superlunaris Tarot. And I just love the perspective. First of all, I'm a sucker for a sunset. This could be either or, sunset or sunrise, whatever. But I'm a sucker for either. I will stop and pull over for a good sunset or good sunrise. I will pull over and take a picture. My phone is filled with shots of this exact thing. And I just found it interesting, the perspective of her coming towards you. Which means, to me, it's almost like she's coming home. Like she's been on a long journey and now she's coming home. Which I find interesting. And the Six of Swords. Then, okay, I have my brand new tarot deck I just got yesterday, which is what I drew for this, because to me, this is a very airy deck, the Wildlands Tarot. The Six of Swords in that is freaking beautiful. And I didn't look it up in the book, but each picture in the background is a real place. So I'm going to pull it up here and just see what that's from. Is that Onks? Yeah, 3 of Onks. So it's Onks in this, not swords. Everything else is named the same. And it is in Egypt and Ireland. It says location Egypt and Ireland. So that's interesting. It's probably like the mountains here from Ireland and then the Sphinx here from... Interesting. They've collaged both of those areas. But I think this is a stunning, probably my second favorite card now. Oh, there's a flower back there behind the pyramids. Okay, I get it. So that flower is probably Ireland. Gorgeous, though. But that boat almost reminds me of a, like a Taiwanese boat or something like that. Okay. So next we're doing so that's what I wanted to show you guys there. So I already drew the cards for the spread. I'm going to show you that Marlena Teresa does on all her videos. This is the spread. And it's just 3 quick questions. I don't think she added some stuff to it this time. But the first question is, and I'm moving all these out of the way. First question is where I was. And I've already drew the cards. I just haven't looked at them. So where I was. That's a freaking death card. Look at the Egyptian wall. It's stunning. Stunning. Where I was death. Wow. So I've said before that I've said recently, with all my heart scare and everything that's been going on the last, I don't know, 2 months. If you've been around, you've heard my story. It was a big wake up call for me. And I started eating right. I started exercising. I quit all my bad habits I had years ago. So it was just a matter of me starting to get healthier again. After the heart issues, because I wasn't getting healthy. I was just declining more and more into death, if you will. And I said the other night, I felt like I got comfortable in my life and I sat on the couch and fell asleep for 20 years. And then I woke up going, why can't I move my body? Why is my body so stiff? And but it pertains to that being a metaphor for my life. My life is stiff. My life is stagnated. I've said repeatedly, my life has stagnated for so long. It's hard to get moving again. And this is the 2024 is my will of the year, is my card of the year. And I strongly feel that it's almost like I'm having to push the wheel, to get it going again, because it's stagnated as well. So I just found that very interesting that the death card is like, yeah, you were like, if not on the brink of death, you just were like death. You weren't doing anything with your life. You weren't living anyway. Quite interesting that that's the card that popped up. So what I'm moving toward is the second one. And we got The Six of the Lovers card. And I often think of the Lover's card as a self-love card, which makes total sense here, right? Because I got the heart stuff underway, I got it under control. Now I'm starting to eat right. I'm starting to watch what I put in my body. I'm starting to care for the heart more. And it's just, that's crazy that's the card that came out. And that is a gorgeous card. Look at them two in the background with the yeah, Japanese artwork, Japanese photos for some reason. Just so yeah, that, and I love like the cherry blossoms and things like that. I love that. And I totally feel like that's a the reason I'm so enamored with that is a past life thing. But just like the Persian thing, I totally think that's a past life thing coming through too. When I see Persian stuff or Japanese stuff, I have to I have to see it. So that's quite interesting that's the card that popped for what I'm moving toward is this self love, and self reflection and self healing. Makes total sense. And then number 3 is where I land. Where am I going to land? And the Two of Wands. And look at that. Look at that. Look at the city behind. Just stunning. And it's almost like they've got the world in their hands. The world is their oyster. They cannot just pick a spot and go there. You know what I mean? That kind of attitude. And I think it's beautiful here that we've got water going right in the background of this, between the land here. That's interesting. Interesting, because it almost reminds me of the Star card. But we got the world, it's like they got the world in their hands. The world is their oyster. So that's where we're landing is you can accomplish anything. You can do anything. You can, whatever your heart's desire. Wow. That's potent. And I love, I'm loving this deck. It's so stunning. It's so beautiful. It was $26 on Amazon. And let me tell you, it's by Sacred Scribe Publishing. Beautiful. It's stunning. I did not know this existed until the other day, and I immediately went online and bought it. It says it's not out till February 8th, but it's clearly out because I bought it 2 days ago, got it yesterday, and I have not stopped staring at it. It's so stunning. And I love this reading. That was cool. So that is Aquarius 2. And I just don't have the time to do 2 separate videos like I normally do. Because I have to do a few other videos coming up. I have a writers group thing tomorrow night, and I've started door dashing again. And then I'm actually walking every night because I'm doing a heart walk in September. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night.